plain terms. Because, AJ, this is a standard of care case. They keep talking about, well, maybe Michael Jackson injected himself. He was an addict. None of those things matter. All that matters is Dr. Murray's conduct, and did he fall so far below the standard of care that he was reckless and that might have caused Michael Jackson's death. That's involuntary manslaughter. So right now, these experts are lining up all the ways that Dr. Murray failed Michael Jackson and basically saying you add all these things up and it leads to involuntary manslaughter because he failed his patient.
Yeah, and I am loath to make predictions about cases, but it does seem like the defense has a big uphill climb right now. And I got to show you something else that I was very surprised by today. TMZ quoting law enforcement sources who say Dr. Murray wouldn't even be on trial today if he had refused to do that interview that we heard with police 2 days after Jackson died. And this morning on The View, ABC's legal analyst Chris Cuomo actually made, what I thought it was a nice little rhyme in explaining why Murray should have just kept his mouth shut. Watch what he said.
Now, most people, when the cops come, you don't have anything to hide. You talk to them.
Talk to the man, wind up in the can. That's what they say. You have to be very careful.
That was good.
Thank you.
Made that up?
Okay, not exactly if the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit. Still was pretty good. Ryan, do you agree that Dr. Murray would probably be a whole lot better off if he hadn't talked to the cops at all?
I do, and in so many ways, because, this was 2 days after Michael Jackson died. They talked to Conrad Murray. Think about this, AJ. They didn't know about the propofol. They didn't have the autopsy yet. They didn't know that Dr. Murray had been giving Michael Jackson propofol for 30 days a month for 2 straight months. That led them down a path to say, wait a second. What's this doctor involved in here? They go back to Michael Jackson's house. They start finding all these things. All of this stuff became uncovered because Dr. Murray explained it to them. And there's another way, too. The expert that you saw, Dr. Steinberg, everything he had to say, this cardiologist who talked about how Dr. Murray failed Michael Jackson, it was all based on Conrad Murray's own words from that statement to police. So what makes that so interesting is now there is nobody to explain Dr. Murray's actions except Dr. Murray. And the last thing the defense wants to do is put Dr. Murray on the stand. So I'll tell you, if the defense would have done something different, they could have gone down and met with police on their own without Dr. Murray, and the police might not have known anything that happened in this case.
So then quickly help me understand, Ryan. His attorney was there with him when he was speaking with the police. Why in the world would he have let Dr. Murray say so much?
I don't think they thought he would be charged. I think what they thought was, well, let's go down and answer some questions, but if we just explain this to the police, AJ, we just tell them what's going on here, they'll see that Dr. Murray has nothing to do with this. But the problem was there were so many inconsistencies in his story, and that's what police are paid to do. They're paid to look at those inconsistencies and say, wait, does something else exist here? But I think that statement could be the thing that may end up putting him on the stand. I don't think he will take the stand, but they're going to have to think about it.